what you're saying is just because scaring people into God works, puts butts in seats.
Right.
As Richard would say, it also keeps the clergy employed.
Right.
Because we need you to clean us.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah. Unless you can kind of, like I think it was the gospel on Sunday where it's, the rich guy who kind of builds the tower to hold all his grain and everything. And then he go, what a fool, because tonight you're going to die.
Yeah.
And now what good is it?
Yeah.
And so Jesus tells that parable, but the last line.
There's so many that are they're like Chris Rock jokes.
Yeah.
They really are. It's
yeah,
like,
where
that's that's fierce.
It is. But the last line is about, growing rich in the things that matter to God. So, so I'm preaching on that. I don't care about all that. This isn't about bank accounts. This is about growing rich. So if you kind of distill the thing, it says, cut that shit out. Don't be greedy. Don't, stop that. Mm. But the last line is about growing rich in the things that matter. Well, that's the thing that's the invitation. So my insight was find the invitation because it's always inviting you to joy, not to cut that shit out, And so you want to find the joy. If people think that being a Christian, for example, is like some grim duty, but it's really kind of where the joy is, at least for me.
Yeah.
At the margins with folks who are struggling, you go, wow, this must be hard. I go, no, that's where the joy is. I feel kind of selfish.
I believe you. And if there's anything I can offer you that's unique for me is I was just at a smoke blowing festival where you blow smoke up my ass, I blow smoke up your ass, and we all walk around. As Ramdas would say, I see your outfit, I see your disguise, and I validate that it's real. Do you see my disguise and validate that it's real?
Yeah.
We all just go around telling each other that our masks are on straight, and you really are Pete Holmes. And I go, and you really are that. And here's an award, and here's a special headlining gala or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I just want to you don't seem to need encouragement, but I believe everybody enjoys it. It doesn't work. I'm not saying it's a paradox. On one hand, I'm so grateful that I get to do something so rare and so uniquely lined up with my talents being comedy. But in the other hand, I'm going I think in the same verse, Jesus says, don't store your treasure where moth and rust can corrupt.
That's right.
So the real shit, and I get intoxicated. I get seduced, like salt and light, flavor and illumination. Like these are sexy things. These are alluring things. And when I get them, and when you know them, when you hear them, I'm saying like it's not just a duty spirituality. It actually makes me start inflating again because I was just at a place where all we were doing was, filling up a silo when we were going to die that night.
Yeah, but it's also your gift, And so you're not diminishing your gift.
No.
Because you understand, and then how necessary it is for people to laugh and to kind of be lost in some kind of moment where you just say, well, that was a good use of my time.
Yes.
But then there's all the other stuff that
I'm talking about the badges and the who said what to me. And it's a real orgy of that.
It's tough. It's got to be tough.
So Richard has a line where he goes, life isn't about you, you are about life.
Yeah.
And every morning I would say, the festival's not about me, I'm about the festival. I'm one of the co-creators of this joyful thing that people need and all that stuff. But if I didn't take that moment, I know the depression you get. We actually kind of become immune. Someone could go, you're the greatest thing in the world, and you don't even feel it.
Yeah.
So enough about me. I'd love to hear you talk a little bit about what is the real treasure? What is the pearl of great price and all that? And how do you identify it and how do you commune with it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same for everybody. I mean, it's how do you, what is same, I think, is, to find your true self in loving. And then you love being loving. So it's not about return. It's not about if anybody loves you back, then you don't even care because that's the kind of God we have who could give two shits whether you love them back. We don't believe that because our DNA says
I'm a bad boy.
Yeah, and it also says that God says, "As I have loved you, love me back." Though you won't find that anywhere really.
Yeah.
God says, "As I have loved you, so must you have a special preferential care and love for the widow, orphan, and the stranger." It's so not what we expect.
Yeah.
It's about loving folks who the world says we can live without you. And so then you kind of go, wow, that's the kind of God we have. That's the kind of love I want to be. And then you try it on for size and you go, wow, this is the most joy I've ever known.
You made it weird. You made it weird. You made it weird.